Welcome to an edition of Creative Possibilities, where we aim to show you all the creative options that are out there for your branding needs and your messaging, and maybe give you some ideas of tools that you didn't know existed, but are wonderful ideas to promote your logo, your message, your your brand, and make it shine. So today I have with me Collier, and he's going to tell us about the world of logoed mats, right? Like probably something that we've all seen in our travels in retail and out and about in the public. But it's an awesome tool and they have some quality products, right, Collier?
Right. It's a product that everybody uses, just nobody thinks about because it's on the floor. But if you're like me, you everywhere you go, you look at the floor, you're like, well, there's a non-logoed version, and if you're in the promotional product space, if you see a version of a product without a logo on it, it kind of hurts your feelings every now and then when you see something like that. So,
Yeah. And,
um,
brand repetition, the repetition of seeing a logo, seeing a message is so important because on average it takes 7 times for someone to register and remember who you are. And it's a great tool to have another placement for your logo and reinforce your brand and your colors.
right. What we like to say is, I mean, if you're a business with signage above the door, you should have signage on the floor. It's
Absolutely.
it's it's another touch point, like you said, but on the counter side, they're actually they're useful products as well to keep your facilities clean. If you got a business, you want to take pride in your space, you want to keep it clean. So this also helps out with keeping your business clean and helps out in the branding aspect.
Practical and colorful and pretty, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I know that you have a couple of different categories. You have indoor mats, you have outdoor mats, and you even have some promotional mats or displays. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the indoor product line?
So yeah, we have a couple of mats that we would qualify as indoor. Our most popular is what's called the DigiPrint HD. It is a what's called a PET carpet with a rubber backing. That PET carpet is made from 100% recycled drink bottles. So that carpet on that product is very green as well. 100% made in the USA. 150 standard colors on that. There is PMS matching available for a fee, but usually with 150 standard colors, we can get close enough.
Right.
This DigiPrint HD type product is usually the industry standard when people talk about like a commercial grade floor mat. This is usually that type of mat people are talking about. Another indoor product is called the ColorStar Impressions. It is a similar version to the DigiPrint HD. It's a carpeted mat with a rubber backing. The main difference between the two is it's about 10 to 15% less expensive, but you don't get as high definition of a print on that one.
Very nice.
And then the last indoor product I'll talk about is called the Berber Impressions. A little bit more durable than DigiPrint HD. Instead of that carpet type feeling, it's got like a woven fabric. If you're familiar with Berber carpet, it's very similar to that. It's just a digitally printed version of that Berber type fabric. So it'll last a little bit longer. It's a little bit more rigid than the soft carpet. It's just another longer lasting indoor type product.
Very cool. And there's multiple sizes available in each type of mat that you talked about, right? So if it's a small space or even a larger space, you have something to accommodate your.
Correct. We have up to about 10 standard sizes on each product. And depending on the product, we can do custom sizes. But just for general reference, the two most common sizes for commercial entryway would be a 3x5 for a single door and a 4x6 for a double door.
Cool. What are some businesses that utilize the branded mats that you offer?
Our top three or four verticals would be education, and that's kindergarten schools all the way up to universities. Healthcare, and that's hospitals, doctors' offices, any type of medical facility, anything like that. Education, healthcare, hospitality, hotels, restaurants, any facility that wants to be clean 24/7.
Nice.
It's especially a school or a hospital, you get 1,000 people, 1,000 kids walking over it every day. You want something durable, you want something that's going to brand well, and you want something that's going to hold up to that kind of traffic.
And it can also welcome people into your doors, right? So if you have a public facility and people are coming in, it serves a practical standpoint. So if it's wet and slippery, it gives them a way to kind of wipe their feet and keep them a little safe, but also again welcome them into your place of business. So awesome.
Correct.
So when they step outdoors, you also have some outdoor options that you can offer. Why don't you tell us about those?
So two most common options. One would be called the Super Scrape Impressions. That is what is, it's an all rubber mat. It's got those rubber scraping nubs on it. And the print on that one is, it's a vinyl print. It's basically vulcanized, which is a fancy rubber word for basically baked into that rubber backing. So that image on that one is not going to peel off or scrape off or anything like that. But the advantage of that one, it's all rubber. So cleaning it's easy. You just pick it up, scrape it off, shake it off. That's usually all it takes to clean that one. If it's in direct sunlight, that image will fade in about 2 or 3 years. The rubber will pretty much last forever, but the sunlight's going to fade anything over time. And then the second outdoor mat I'll talk about, it's one of our most popular mats. It's actually a hybrid indoor and outdoor mat called the Water Hog Impressions. Water Hog, hence the name, it's very absorbent. It is a very absorbent polypropylene fabric. It absorbs 1.5 gallons of water per square yard. So those areas of the country where rain, sleet, snow is an issue, this is a very good mat. It's going to absorb a ton of moisture, but dry quickly as well. Like I said, it can be outdoor or indoor use, and it is one of the more durable products we make. Will last about 5 to 7 years.
Nice. And it's available in, I think I read 14 different sizes.
Correct. And once again, 3x5, 4x6 would be the two most common that we sell.
Nice. And it has a full color imprint method. So again, vibrographics, vibrant.
Correct. That imprint method on that one is a direct imprint. It's full color within the established color palette. So that one has 56 standard colors available.
Nice. And best part, this is also made in the USA, right?
Correct. Everything we have is made in the USA.
And that's always good to hear. The last category that you want to discuss with us today are counter mats, right? So think point of purchase and places that people are going to have high frequency, high usage, right?
Correct. So not just for countertop options, but just for promotional type mats. These are mats that, I mean, they're mats for basically signage on the floor. You wouldn't put these at the entryway to wipe your feet at, but they're more for promotional type stuff. Think any kind of retail display in grocery stores, liquor stores, 7-Eleven. We do a lot of alcohol and beverage type companies with these type of mats. We'll do 500-piece orders for Coors Light, and they'll put them in liquor stores all over the country. So that's where these big type clients are for these big orders. But the three products I'd recommend in the promotional space there, one is called the Floor Impressions. It's basically just a thick, flat piece of rubber with that vinyl print that's vulcanized into it. It's basically the Super Scraper rubber mat, but without the scraping nubs. So it's just a flat piece of rubber. Photo quality image you could put on these. It's the best image quality we can put on a mat. It's the Floor Impressions is the long-term solution for that signage on the floor type application. It'll last 3 to 5 years. People walk over it every day at a liquor store or a grocery store. It's meant for that long-term advertising on the floor.
Nice.
The second mat I'll talk about in the promotional space is called the POP mat. POP stands for point of purchase. It's the exact same application as the Floor Impressions, but it's more on the short term. Instead of lasting 3 to 4 years, it'll last about 6 months to a year. It is about a fourth the cost of the other one there because it's more short term. But this would be for like a seasonal promotion. Say Starbucks has the pumpkin spice latte. They only do that 3 or 4 months out of the year. They can use this pop mat to promote that and then not feel bad about getting rid of it when that 3 or 4 months is over with because it's a fourth or a fifth the cost of the other long-term type mats.
Nice. And again, for like new product launches or some time sensitive information that needs to be communicated or even public safety.
Yeah,
Um,
public safety or branding for like a one-time event. If they have a trade show or something, they only do it once or twice a year. This pop mat's perfect for something like that.
Very nice. And the imprint is dye sublimation?
It's our only dye sublimated product. It's got a very thin rubber backing. It's very similar. If you touch it, it's very similar to like a mouse pad type material, a little more durable than that because it goes on the floor. But like I said, it's for short term, so it's not, you're not going to wipe your feet on it every day. It's more for the branding aspect.
Right, and it's a billboard at our feet, right? And again, another touch point where people can have your message reinforced. So, I think you also have some bar mats too.
Yes, that's the last product I'll talk about. It's a relatively newer product for us. If you have any clients in the restaurant or bar type setting, usually those type of, like a restaurant will use the free ones that their beer distributor gives them. Say Coors Light gives them 500 mats to use, and that they're fine with those. But if they want to get their own branding on it, usually the bar mat type product, you got to buy a minimum of 500 or 1,000 pieces, whatever it may be. And a lot of local places don't want to use 500 bar mats. They want 10 or 15 for one location. That's all they need. So the minimum on our bar mats is 20 pieces.
Nice.
So for local breweries, local bars, any restaurant that wants to get their own type of branding, if you have a big party you're throwing and it's a New Year's bash at whatever bar you want to go to, and they want a custom branded bar mats just for that one event, low enough cost point, low enough minimums, you can do that on this R bar mat type product, and it's more easier than buying 500 or 1,000 pieces.
Nice. And I would imagine that there's a lot of co-branding opportunities there. So if you're maybe a residential area and you supply these mats to your local drinking spot or, just something out in the community, this is a good option where, again, it's a small enough quantity where you can kind of change the message as you need it, but also have a presence in the local business, in the local community.
Right. We One of the coolest ones we did was it was, I think it's somewhere in Connecticut. A The local Department of Transportation, put the number for a taxi on there. So when people were out, they see it on the bar mat. They say, "Don't drink and drive." I would like to think most people wouldn't, but it's a good way to get that message out there. A more unique way of that kind of thing.
If anyone has a project they'd like to discuss, or if you want to kind of see if one of these mats fits your particular needs, or if there's any thing that we can do for you, please reach out. It's Linda Milano from CFB Promotional Products, and I'll be happy to start a project and brainstorm with Collier and get you the perfect mat to promote your brand. Linda Milano, CFB Promotional Products, 856-513-6610. Let the creative process begin. Have a great day, everybody.